A smothered mate is a type of checkmate pattern which is delivered by a knight, and the mated king doesn't have any squares to move because it is surrounded by its own pieces, or rather you can say that it is smothered by its own pieces, and that is why this checkmate is called as the smothered mate or smothered checkmate. So let's quickly look at this interesting example. Here it is black's turn to play. So black plays knight to f3 and it's a checkmate. Notice this bishop cannot capture this knight because currently it's pinned by this black queen over here. And also the white king doesn't have any squares because all of the surrounding squares have been occupied by his own pieces. That means this king has been smothered. Let's understand this with the help of another example, but a more complex situation. Now here the white king looks very free and open over here because he still has these empty squares over here. So doesn't really look like that a smothered checkmate will be possible. But hey, you really need to get sharp at finding and delivering such mating patterns. So here if you look closely, then this diagonal is being controlled by this bishop over here, and this knight is controlling this square, and the rest of the squares are occupied by white's own pieces. So definitely there has to be some pattern in which white can be smothered mate. So let's see how. So black starts the mating moves with knight takes b3 check. It's a double check. So therefore any of these pawns cannot capture this knight. So white is forced to move the king. And now in order to deliver the smothered checkmate, most of the times you will see that you will have to sacrifice your piece so as to compel the opponent's pieces to smother his own king. So therefore here the winning sacrifice move is queen to c1 check. This queen is protected by this knight over here, so the king cannot capture, so white is forced to capture with his rook. But after this move, white gets smothered checkmated with the move knight to d2. Notice how beautifully our bishop is controlling these key important squares. Now since you have got some fair idea of this amazing checkmate pattern, let's put your skills to test by trying to solve this amazing puzzles that I have for you. So it's puzzle time. So here is the first puzzle, and this is quite an easy one, okay? Here it is white's turn to move and you have to find the winning move for white. Your time starts now. So since the king is surrounded by its own pieces, all you need to do is find a way to check the king. So knight f6, checkmate. I know that was an easy one. Now let's move on to a slightly difficult one. Here is the second one. Here it is white's turn to move. And as you can see, black is up in material by 5 points. But white can easily finish off black's game if he is able to find the right moves. So can you find the winning moves? Your time starts now. So the winning move starts with a queen sacrifice, queen g8 check. This queen is protected by this bishop over here. So black is forced to capture this queen with the rook, and now knight f7 is a smothered checkmate. Let's move on to the third one. This is far more difficult than the ones that you solved earlier. Here it is black's turn to move. So what should black play? So the winning move starts with knight to f3 check. It's a double check by black's pieces. King moves to the h1 square, and now comes the sacrifice, queen g1 check. Rook captures queen, and now knight f2 is a checkmate. Now let's solve a hard puzzle. It's black's turn to move and your time starts now. So the winning move over here is queen takes d4 check. If white blocks the check with his bishop, then you can simply capture the bishop with a check. If white blocks the check with his rook, then queen captures rook check, king moves to h1, and now queen g1 would be a checkmate. Let's go back. If here in this situation, if the king moves to h1 square, then you can sacrifice your queen with queen to g1 check, rook captures, and now knight f2 would be a smothered checkmate. Let's go back. And if in this situation, if white blocks the check with his rook, then you already know what to do. You can simply capture the rook with a check, king moves in the corner, and now either queen to g1 or queen captures pawn would be a checkmate. Now the next one is a very tough one. Here it is white's turn to move, and your time starts now. So since the white queen is lined up in the same diagonal as the opponent's king, all you need to do is find a way to get this rook to a place where it helps in giving smothered checkmate to the white's pieces. So the winning move over here is rook takes g6 check. It's a double check. So the king moves to the corner, and now queen g8 check. We are going to sacrifice our queen. Rook takes queen, and now knight f7 would be a checkmate.